I want to talk to you about the top 5 no credit check small business loans with stated income accepted. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I'll be talking to you about the top 5 small business loans with no credit check and with stated income accepted. Now, let's get to the bottom of it. You need extra capital for your business, right? And a small business loan seems like the next logical step. But how do you navigate actually the loan process when you want to avoid a credit check? Are there lenders out there that are willing to loan money to small businesses without pulling a credit? Yes. Without pulling a credit score? Yes. Maybe your credit score is low and you don't think you will qualify for a loan or other financing. On the flip side, you may have a great credit score and you don't want to tarnish your report with inquiries from lenders. So no matter your reasoning, there are financing options available that do not require a credit check. So today I'm going to give you the best small business loans available to you that do not require a credit check. They only accept other documentation, including stated income. So you can definitely get a business loan with no credit check. And banks actually, it's very hard. It's very complicated to receive a loan through a bank without a credit check. Because bank loans have such favorable terms and low interest rates, these institutions only want to work with the most creditworthy, low risk borrowers. Okay? And one thing I also want to say here is that you have this conversation about hard versus soft credit inquiries. Now, a soft credit inquiry or soft credit pull does not affect your credit. Soft credit pulls are used to verify your identity and give lenders an overall picture of your creditworthiness. It's typically performed during the pre-qualification step to ensure you meet the basic requirements of the lender. Conversely, you have a hard credit inquiry or hard credit pull. This will definitely affect your credit. So this credit pull gives lenders a more specific, detailed view of your credit history. So lenders can use this information to determine your loan approval, interest rates, and or fees, and if collateral or a cosigner is required. So when a lender performs a hard pull, your credit score can drop as much as 5 points. So if you're shopping around for loans and have multiple hard inquiries, there could be a cumulative effect on your score. Very important. So one thing, you should look for a no credit check lender if you have a bad credit, as I said earlier, or you want to avoid unnecessary inquiries. Before we get into the nitty-gritty here, please check out this short video. It tells you our evaluation approach. We do have a methodical approach when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and reviewing loans on this show. Check this out. All right, number 5, we have American Express Working Capital. When it comes to no credit check small business loans, we have American Express Working Capital. Our score, 8/10. This is actually, this loan is great for working capital funding. Now the trick here is that American Express does not check your credit history because your business would have already have a relationship with American Express, so they kind of have an idea of your credit, the progress in your credit report. All right, and so this is best for working capital funding, and the loans here range from 1,000 to 150K. So if you need to pay your vendors but your cash flow is lacking, American Express Working Capital can definitely help. And this loan works similarly to a line of credit, but it can only be used to repay your vendors. So with this loan, you can apply it once with no credit check and then receive ongoing access to funds ranging from 500 to 150, as I said. And you only have to use this to pay vendors anytime you need to. You can sign up for repayment terms of 30, 60, or 90 days. And you'll pay just one fixed fee for borrowing. And the fixed fees range from 0.6% to 5.25% of the borrowing amount. And the cool thing here is that there are no origination fees and no collateral is required. And loan proceeds, again, can only be used to pay your vendors unless you have received a specific authorization from the American Express working capital team. And the cool thing here is that you have to actually, there is a platform, there is the Amex working capital platform. So you're able to use it to add your vendors and choose how much they are paid. And your vendors will receive all payments within 2 business days. So American Express will actually pay your vendors, all right? So at the end of the term, your loan amounts and the fixed fee are debited from your bank account, and you can pay as many eligible vendors as you choose up to your available borrowing amount. To qualify, you must be an American Express business card holder with an account history of at least 6 months. Because Amex has already your credit information on file, a new credit check is now required. You must also be in business for at least 2 years and have annual business revenue of $200,000 to qualify. Number 4, we have here Lendio. Now, Lendio is a marketplace. Our score, 8.5 over 10. When it comes to no credit check small business loans, Lendio is a great place. It's best for invoice factoring, it's best for equipment financing, is best for traditional loans, is best for credit lines. And up to 80% of your unpaid invoices up front with repayment terms of up to 1 year. That's for the invoice factoring. And the factor rates start at 5% and you can receive your cash in as little as 72 hours. In our experience, Lendio, when it comes to a no credit check small business loan, Lendio is great for, you want to use Lendio for invoice factoring only. Again, they have other products out there, but when it comes to invoice factoring, they really are a great player. So accounts receivable financing is a unique loan option. So basically what it is that if you have, let's say you have unpaid invoices that are causing cash flow issues, this type of financing could be the right solution for you. So with invoice factoring, you receive a lump sum of money for your unpaid invoices. So the lender collects payment from your customer and pays you the remaining amount of the invoice minus any fees charged for the service. So with invoice discounting, you can receive a lump sum for your unpaid accounts receivable. Remember though, you are responsible for collecting money from your customer and paying back the loan plus any applicable fees. With accounts receivable financing, your unpaid invoices are the collateral. So your credit score is really not a factor if you think about it. Your credit score becomes a no factor for most lenders. Instead, the quantity and quality of your invoices are what gets considered for approval. All right, so we love Lendio. Actually, they're not a direct lender. They are a marketplace. As I said, they are a loan aggregator that works with over 75 lending partners. And through Lendio, you can apply for many types of no credit check small business loans, including accounts receivable financing. All right, and one thing we also love here is that one thing to note about using Lendio is that a hard credit pull is not performed, but a soft credit inquiry is used to connect you with lenders because they really want to identify you, right? So depending on the lenders you are matched with, a credit check may be required during the application process. So you want to make sure you read all documents and policies if you want to avoid a hard credit inquiry. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. I want to talk to you now about number 3, American Express business loans. Now, this is totally different in shape, in context, in form from American Express working capital. So here I'm talking about American Express business loans. And our score for this product is 9 over 10. And this is best for no credit check term loans. And the loan The amounts range from 3.5 thousand to 75,000. So through American Express Business Loans, you can receive a loan of 3,500 to 7,500 to 75,000 to cover your business expenses. And all loans come with a fixed APR from 6.98% to 19.97%. And repayment terms of 6, 12, 24, or 36 months are available. And according to our research, we've seen that American Express has approved, in very limited circumstances, repayment terms for 48 months or 60 months. But this comes on this kind of approval comes on a one-on-one basis. All right, no collateral is required, and you can be approved in just seconds. So when you apply for an American Express business loan, a credit check is not required. But what's the catch here? The catch is you have to be a pre-approved business card member to qualify, similar to the American Express working capital, right? Because the company already has your credit information on file, an additional credit check is not necessary. And applying for your loan is easy. You can log into your account to find out if you are pre-approved. If so, all you have to do is input the total borrowing amount up to your pre-approval limit, select your payment option, and provide additional information about your business. And once approved, you will receive your funds in just 3 to 5 business days, which is pretty cool for a big lender like American Express. Usually, you have this sort of fast funding and fast application when you deal with online lenders. With traditional banks, things tend to be a little more convoluted, a little more complicated, a little slower. But American Express really displays all the features you see with online lenders. So that's fantastic. Number 2, Funding Circle. Our score, 9.5 over 10. When it comes to no credit check small business loans, we love Funding Circle because you have one application and you are able to have multiple funding options. Again, this is not a direct lender. Here we are talking about a loan matchmaker. We're talking about a marketplace. All right, so here you have a constellation of loans that you can access when you go to a Funding Circle as a small business entrepreneur, as a small business owner. You have SBA loan, term loans, lines of credits, working capital, merchant cash advance, invoice factoring. The thing here is that the APRs are reasonable. So you're looking at 11.29% to 30.12%, and the loans amounts range from 25 grand to $500,000, 6 months to 5 years. That's the duration. That's the term, the repayment terms, and they accept stated income. So Funding Circle lending partners will accept stated income as long as you can back it up. In other words, you can actually show a complete set of financial statements for your business where you're looking at the revenue, you're looking at everything. You are showing the revenue, you're showing the balance sheet, you're showing the cash flows. So those are the 3 primary financial statement information that there are the 3 primary pieces of financial statement information. So balance sheet, also called a statement of financial position. You have income statement, also called P&L, profit and loss statement, and then you have the cash flow statements. All right, and what we love here is that Funding Circle makes things very easy. You start your online application, and the application takes maximum. When we tested it, it took less than 6 minutes, and there's one simple application. You review your options, so your dedicated account manager will contact you as soon as possible to review your needs and help you find the best funding option for your business. And once everything is fine, everything checks out, you get funded. So you get a decision in as little as 24 hours and funding as soon as the next day, accepting an offer. And what we love here is that the Funding Circle is kind of cool. They will not screw you over. They have a commitment to trust and transparency, and we've seen that. And we believe that small businesses that go through Funding Circle are protected from unfair, deceptive financial practices. All right. One thing to note about using Lendio is that a hard credit pull is not performed, but a soft credit inquiry is used to connect you with lenders. So depending on the lenders you're matched with, a credit check may be required during the application process. So you want to make sure once again, that you read all documents and policies if you want to avoid a hard credit inquiry. Number 1, folks, when it comes to the top 5 no credit check small business loans. Number 1, in our view, the best of the best. PayPal working capital. Our score 10 over 10. Now, PayPal working capital works in a fantastic way. First of all, this is great for working capital funding. And if you use the range here is very generous. The loan amounts ranges from 10,000 to 200,000. So if you use PayPal for your business, you may qualify for a short-term loan from PayPal working capital, and your maximum borrowing amount can be up to 35% of your PayPal sales over the last year, up to 200,000 for your first loan. So when you receive a loan through PayPal working capital, the cool thing here is that you pay just one fixed fee. Isn't that wonderful? I bet you said it is, right? And the factor rate ranges from approximately 1.01 to 1.58. So your payments are automatically deducted daily based on the percentage of your PayPal sales, and the maximum repayment term is 18 months. And the cool thing we love here with the PayPal working capital is that your personal and business credit scores are not checked by the lender when you apply for PayPal working capital. However, you must have a PayPal business or Premier account that's at least 3 months old to qualify. You must also process at least $15,000 annually on a business account or $20,000 annually on a Premier account to qualify. So bottom line here is that PayPal, similar to American Express, they want you to have an existing relationship with them. So they're not checking your credit. They're not checking anything about your credit. They're not doing any soft or hard credit pull or whatever. They're not doing that. But the catch here is that because they already have the info, it's easier for them to check whether you are whether you are high risk or a low risk, right? Because they have your data anyway. So for them, it's just something that the algorithm will do quickly and inform the underwriter to approve or decline the loan. So this is it. It's a great PayPal working capital is a great platform. It's a great product, especially if you are already with PayPal and you're looking for a no credit check small business loan. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. We are about to end today's conversation. I was talking to you about the top 5 no credit check small business loans. Number 1, we have PayPal working capital, 10 over 10. Number 2, Funding Circle, 9.5 over 10. Number 3, we have American Express business loans, 9 over 10. Number 4, we have Lendio, 8.5 over 10. And number 5, last but not the least, we have American Express working capital. Our score, 8 over 10. Thank you so much for listening to this conversation. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.